Am I the asshole for requesting my new roommate that her boyfriend pay a full share of the rent? I am 25 female moving across the country to Boulder, Colorado. I met Amelia, 24 female, over Facebook, and I flew out to meet her in person and saw the apartment. I gave her half of the security deposit and the first month's rent like we agreed. I am currently preparing to drive to Colorado next week. I told her ahead of time that I was going to pay full month's rent and sign today, 8/18. I sent the money and signed this morning. This evening, Amelia texted me, "Hey, so I found out today I super unexpectedly likely will lose my job. I'll know definitively early next week, but my boyfriend decided he would move in my room for a bit while I figured things out to help me with rent. I'm really sorry. This is obviously a different situation than advertised, and trust with 5 T's. Me, it was not expected. But please let me know if this is okay with you, and I'd be more than willing to make it up to you somehow." Would she? I am not opposed to him coming as well, and especially if she is going to need help paying rent. I'm not comfortable, however, paying half of everything for 2 strangers. Am I being ridiculous? Please let me know. I am most comfortable with us all 3 splitting everything. I'm unsure what to do, and I almost feel a little taken advantage of because it seems like she waited to tell me this as well. Am I the asshole if I ask for all of us to split the rent?
That's a tricky situation because they're sharing one bedroom. It's not like they're getting separate bedrooms. Obviously, no matter what, utilities should be split 3 ways because you're using 3 times the water, electricity, everything like that. But they're not getting double the space, in like the rent per se. But I guess at the same time, he will then be there taking up living room, kitchen, porch space.
I think that the utilities 100% 3 ways, and then the bedrooms you could do some type of percentage or something.
Yeah, some sort of percentage. I don't think they should pay a full half if they're getting, I don't think they should only pay half. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like if it was $1,000,
maybe they pay $600 and you pay $400.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine, depending on the size of the bedrooms and stuff and everything else.
Or even
a $700, $300, or like $650, $350 type thing. Like figure it out with them. But it is weird that it happened as soon as you signed the lease.
Yeah,
that's a little weird.
Some risky business.
Also because you paid half the security deposit and like you don't even know him. Like
I also want to know, is his name on the lease?
Yeah.
Because if his name's not on the lease, I would be like, and it becomes a problem, you have every right to then go to the landlord and be like, someone's living here who's not on the lease.
I think you need to go to the landlord regardless and be like, hey, I signed this lease. As soon as I signed it, it became void. Like this lease is no longer relevant because now there's a third person living there.
And that's in writing. If she texted you saying my boyfriend is going to be living here, you take that to the landlord and figure it out.
Yeah, the landlord needs to rework the lease because now there are 3 people living there. And if it's only for a few months, then it still doesn't matter. It needs to figure it out. It's almost like not even up to her. Like it's not even up to the OP.
A lot of landlords would say it's up to them though. A lot of landlords would be like, I don't care. I want my $1,000 monthly. Figure it out amongst yourselves. That's not my problem. Like, you know how in college, like landlords split everything and then they tell you and it comes down. It's not like that in the real world. I feel like the landlord wants $1,000. They don't care how it's come. They don't want 3 separate checks. They want 1 check. They don't care how it's figured out.
Shouldn't I guess that's true. I was thinking like, wouldn't you want to know how many people are living at a property you own? But I guess it's like
they might want to know. So it's like if it became a problem, or even if you went to them right away and said, hey, as soon as I signed this lease, shit changed. Now someone who's not on the lease is going to be living in the house. That makes a difference.
I think that's what I meant.
That makes a difference. Yeah, but I'm saying like for them to be like, okay, well now we need to rework like the money payment or something. That's like they might not say. They might be like, oh, well then put his name on the lease too. It's still $1,000.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine. But it's almost like if this girl needs to get out of the lease or needs to like rework the contract that she signed, like going to the landlord would be the best bet because they need to vet their, like I'm sure a landlord isn't just letting 3 random people without doing a background check. Like the landlord needs to approve this guy as well. So I feel like that's a good bet. The top comment, it was overall not the asshole, but the top comment is she basically scammed you.
Yeah.
She was suddenly planning on moving in with her boyfriend. She suddenly found out the moment you committed and paid and could no longer back out.
Yeah. Sus.
3 people will be using the apartment and the amenities. Why should you pay half? No, sorry. Someone lost their job, etc., but that's on them. Not to sound harsh, but it's not your problem.
Yeah.
I agree with that too.